What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Figure Hideout. Today we are checking out the latest Deadpool 3.0 Special Edition. Even though there have been several versions of Deadpool, including the Dusty version and Zombie version, we will still call this one 3.0 for the comparison parts. This special edition was released at the China Joy Expo and is limited to 720 pieces in mainland China, with an additional 800 pieces in Hong Kong. The timing of this release is perfect, just right after the movie came out. As one of the few Marvel movies this year, Deadpool 3 is indeed super popular, and two Wolverines from Hono Studios also became quite a hit. First, let's look at the packaging. The box size is the same as the previous two versions. It has the usual red and black color scheme, with a more serious photo of Deadpool on the front. This one looks more intense. The outer layer features 3 plastic claw marks, which look pretty cool. There's also a dancing Deadpool photo at the back. On the inner box, there's a photo of this couple thingy. I'm not sure what this is called. And the back shows a Deadpool logo slashed by the claws. On the top trays, we have a baby pool and its accessories. And in this big one, we have 2 swords, 4 pistols, a dagger, a head pool, and a dog pool. Under that, we have the figure, hands, eyepieces, a baby carrier, and a diorama base. Let's start with Deadpool. The first big change is the color of the suit. The red on the 3.0 version is the brightest among the 3. It looks more cartoonish. Well, you know it. Disney is in charge now. The surface has a natural faded look, with black weathering effects in some areas. I have always thought that Deadpool's costume had one of the best paint jobs among all superhero figures. And among these 3, the 2.0 has the darkest red. Now let's look at the changes in the design of the suit. They look very similar, but still there are a lot of differences. First, the head sculpt. The 1.0 and 2.0 versions have the same head sculpt, but the 3.0 version is brand new. The distance between the black eye patches is wider and more accurate to the movie this time, and the lower face is fuller, which looks better. The previous versions had narrower chins and cheeks, making the head look long and thin. The second change is the increased number of seam lines on the mask. There are more lines on the sides and the back of the head. The third change is the separate neck and head, which I like a lot because it makes posing more natural. The previous versions had neck and head in one piece. The wrinkles on the mask are less obvious on the 3.0 version. You can still see them on the cheeks and neck, but the wrinkles on the back of the head and ear shape are less showing comparing to the previous versions. Regarding the body shape, the 3.0 version has a new body with more natural shoulder curves, thanks to the new trapezius. The previous versions don't have this, making the shoulders look like 90-degree angle cuts, and they look very broad. The waist became slightly thicker than the previous ones. The last noticeable difference is that the 3.0 version's arms are thinner and longer, which is also a good correction. Comparing this to the movie, Deadpool's arms are supposed to be long and lean. The 1.0 and 2.0 versions had shorter, thicker arms, which didn't match the first 2 movies as well. The suit material has also changed. I know what you guys care about the most, the peeling problem on these black parts. The black parts on the 1.0 version were a disaster. I always take good care of my figures, but this is the one I couldn't save. Because Hot Toys added a super thin leather-like layer over the elastic fabric. This layer was too thin and couldn't handle movement, temperature, and humidity changes. So after years, it became like this. The 2.0 version improved on this, and mine has no issues at all. The 3.0 version uses a even more reliable material. It feels very much like the PlayStation Spider-Man suits. It's tough and thick enough. I don't think it will start peeling anytime soon, especially it won't be like the 1.0. The red parts now also feel more like a rubber material, while the previous versions used stretchy fabric. But even though the material became tougher and less flexible, the suit still allows for smooth joint movements. In terms of appearance, the 3.0 version is all black at the neck, but the small decorations are printed. The previous versions used solid separate pieces. And this new suit doesn't have these red stitching lines anymore. The shoulder harness is still made of soft rubber, but the strap now have a faux leather look. The previous ones used the nylon straps. The shoulder armors are soft rubber, attached with Velcro at the top. And right here at the bottom is fixed. A big change is these golden details, like the buckles on the harness and thigh straps. And these on the torso. They have different colors, just like how they are in the movie. The rings on the upper arms are now part of the suit. You cannot move them anymore. The decorations on the wrists are separate pieces. They are no longer a part of the hands. The belt buckle now features Deadpool's logo with many small pouches, but the 1.0 and 2.0 versions, Hot Toys used the faux leather on these and the belt. On the 3.0 version, only the bottom black layer is an individual piece. The pouches and buckle are soft rubber. The gun holster straps are no longer nylon and have less buckles as well. The previous versions had carbon fiber texture holsters, while the 3.0 version has plain black ones. It's hard to tell what the holster look like exactly cause I haven't seen the movie yet. Other parts, like the knee and shin guards, have different designs too. The knife sheath is now on the right leg. And the boot design is much simpler than the previous ones. Now let's look at the accessories. Deadpool always come with a lot of accessories, and this 3.0 special edition has even more than the previous ones. The default ones are gripping hands. Additional, we have a pair for holding the baby carrier, and you can use them to make heart symbol. And two different open hands. A pair for holding the guns, a pointing hand with a 2-finger gesture hand, a thumbs up hand, and one hand with OK sign. The hand appearances are all new. For example, the thumbs up hand now has more natural proportions, unlike the cartoonish, super long thumb on the previous versions. The back of the hands now have golden details with weathering effects. For eyepieces, the default ones is a regular expression. The replacements include a pair of smirking eyes, a pair of angry eyes, and a pair of exhausted eyes. The new pair this time are these surprised eyes. They look pretty funny. The surface has more weathering effects than the previous versions, and they still attach with magnets. For weapons, the sword scabbard design has changed. The 1.0 and 2.0 version are the same, while the 3.0 version has a different shape and more golden details. 1.0s has the plainest handles, 2.0s have a bit more colors, and the 3.0s look very exquisite, and they even became longer. Patterns right here are nicely replicated as well. The 3.0's blade is the only one made of plastic instead of metal among these three, making it much lighter than the previous two. The tip is still very sharp, so handle it carefully. The good thing is the blades have more detailed paintwork, like these golden effects on the back. The pistols are completely new. The previous versions used the same design. 3.0's pistols are larger and still feature this appearance of running out of ammo. The bullet right here is a separate piece. And the inner structure details of the gun are very nice too. There's also Deadpool's golden logo on the bottom of the magazines. The special edition includes 2 golden pistols with the same design. They are in metallic paint and look super shiny. These little words on the muzzles are stunning. Black ones are saying, "Smile, wait for the flash." And "I'm sorry" on the gold ones, along with a funny version of Canadian flag under it. It's a bit hard to see in the video, but seeing them with your eyes, the words are quite clear and easy to read. The dagger is the only old accessory, only with a bit of difference in colors. And the 3.0 version doesn't have these small throwing knives. It also comes with a head pull like the zombie version, but this one has both eyes and a slight different expression. It's wearing a vintage aviator hat. And the jaw can move. The teeth and part of the spine are nicely sculpted. The head comes with a small propeller and a spinning effect piece. Both can be attached on the top of the head. And then we have Dogpool. This little dog in real life is known as the ugliest dog in Britain and is named Peggy. I wonder what Captain America would think of that. The toy has a lolling tongue just like the real Peggy. It is in this mohawk hairstyle and glasses. These glasses cannot be removed. And is wearing Deadpool style outfit with a Deadpool tag on the collar. You can see there's this mutant skin type of look on the legs and tail, just like Deadpool. The head and front legs are movable using ball joints. One super funny thing is that Hot Toys fully recreated these R-level body parts, and they even look quite good and realistic. As far as I can remember, this might be the first time Hot Toys doing such a thing, which is hilarious. And the baby pool. It's rare to have 4 characters in one box of figure. The baby pool is very cute, with a choppy head and body. It's chewing a little Deadpool pacifier. The head and limbs, including the feet, are movable. The suit also have textures on the surface, and the black parts have the same weathering effects like Deadpool. The mask also have small wrinkle details. The baby pool comes with a pair of additional eyes. The default eyes have a smirking expression, while the replacements have a normal expression. These eyes attach with slots, not magnets, so they might be a bit tight the first time you change them. There are also 2 small bottles with good color detail. The bottles have a slot right here to connect with the hands. Or you can just put them in the belt pockets. The baby carrier is made of soft rubber and is quite flexible. The carrier has various detailed designs, but they are just in one piece, except for the buckles. To use it, place baby Pooh in the front, then unzip the back buckles, and finally put it on Deadpool. This looks very cute. The carrier doesn't affect the sword's magnetic attachment, but these buckles can be tight and a bit hard on your fingers. The last accessory is the diorama base, shaped like a small heel, with the Deadpool 3 logo and movie title on top of it. It has 2 stones right here, also with a good earthy paint effects. However, this thing doesn't have a bottom, it's just a plastic shell. Hot Toys added some supports right under it, but still it feels very light, like a piece of shell you might find at beach. It comes with a shapeable tube and waist clamp. The head pull also has its own stand, which attaches to the back of the head, allowing for a display of the Deadpool squad. About the articulation, the head can tilt up and down and side to side about 20 degrees. Also with a full 360 rotation. The arms can raise and move forward and backward to 90 degrees. The elbows can bend over 90 degrees. The waist can bend forward and backward and side to side about 20 degrees, which are less than the previous versions because of the thicker suit material. The legs can kick forward and to the side about 70 degrees and backward about 45 degrees. The knees can bend over 120 degrees. And the ankles have good flexibility in all directions. Overall, this definitely won't be the only Deadpool figure from this movie. More figures will likely to be announced as the movie just came out. This figure is great, I love it. It has a lot of accessories and good overall quality. Now, holding this figure in my hands, I just can't wait for the yellow suit Wolverine. Alright, there you have it, the special edition Deadpool from Deadpool 3, made by Hot Toys. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.